You guys ready, bro? Alright, guys. Nexpo featuring Nick Crowley. I think that's another YouTuber guy. Alright, bro. Here we go. New Nexpo. Let's go. The purpose of this video is to inform. Do not harass or contact any individuals mentioned. All claims made in this video are merely speculative based upon publicly available information. This video contains strong subject matter including child endangerment. Viewer discretion is advised. Flex, what up?
It's Saturday night. A bridge collapses in China. Twisters makes its worldwide debut. And over in one of Reddit's darkest corners, a peculiar mystery awaits. A user named Maria has just uncovered a series of Instagram accounts, all equally unsettling, uncanny, and terrifying. I came across a post on r/Instagram where someone mentioned these creepy Instagram accounts of people who are seemingly pretending to be kids. It reminds me of Pipergate in a way, and I feel like all of these pages are run by the same person because of the horrendous editing style that makes my eyes bleed. Many of the photos on this account are an edit of this goofy face on a real person's body, and a lot of the bodies are in suggestive poses, which makes me think this is a definite fetish account. Is this just a really weird hobby? It seems like the poster's first language is French, and many of the posts are just generally weird and hard to understand. I'm curious what you guys think about this.
What? I mean, bro, just looking at this looks fucking perverted, bro. Like, whoever's taking the time out of their day to do this, age 13, like, whoever's doing this shit, you're a fucking psycho. You're literally a fucking psycho, bro. Chat, everyone check your windows, check your doors, check your windows, check your doors, check your windows, check your doors. For real.
With Maria's post are photos from 3 accounts, all exhibiting highly similar behavior. Truthsticks11, Stephanie Schooling, and Smart Schoolboy 9. At a cursory glance, it's clear that all of these are connected. They all incorporate images of children, edited in a way in which their faces rest in the trenches of the uncanny valley. They all exhibit heavy synthetic makeup, have massive lips.
Yo, bro, nah. How do you, first of all, how do you even find this? Nexpo, we gotta talk, bro. How'd you even find this, bro? Oh no, he said he found it on Reddit? Alright, never mind. But how did that guy on Reddit find it?
Their heads are disproportionate. The saturation seems to be cranked up. All of these rest at the precipice of visual...
Nah, bro. No. This is not right, bro. This is not right. And look at the one that's blurred out, bro.
Overload and absolute depravity. Walls of text are thrown in our face about school, friends, things they're interested in, entire facets of their lives. But it's clear that these quote-unquote children, as they're presented, do not even exist.
That's why I don't like watching these, bro. This is why I don't like watching these, bro. What is this vibe? What is this vibe?
It goes without saying that we've seen this type of behavior before. People online trying their hand at creating an ARG in hopes of generating online attention and viral clicks.
I saw that in the chat. Whoever pinned that, you're getting unmodded after this. I'm going to ask Eddie. I'm going to figure that out. You're getting unmodded, bro.
But even still, I wonder, is this what we're dealing with here? On the account TruthSticks11, many of the early posts carry a considerable amount of irony. Their uploads take an almost condescending tone, lambasting the rise of online predators, following and commenting on the profiles of young boys. They take on this alias of an overly concerned parent and make post after post after post, sharing advice about potential danger online.
Are these all like just AI images? Can we just, are we like, or is someone actually doing some weird shit? Like editing shit or, you know, probably. I hope that it's all just straight AI and there's no like, dude, 2021? Bro, how did someone find this account, bro?
This contradicts everything we've seen so far in our limited investigation. This doesn't exactly add up, especially considering that just a few months later and completely out of nowhere, TruthSticks begins to exhibit the very behavior they're criticizing. From March...
Yeah, wait, someone just made a good point in the chat. 2021, AI really wasn't a thing. Think about that, bro. Yeah, it was. Always gotta have one guy fucking just disagreeing. Alright, bro.
2022 and onward, they morph from a concerned parent on a mission against online predators to displaying images of their supposed son in compromising positions, sharing a myriad of highly disturbing photo edits, and even begin to follow a handful of accounts that immediately set off red flags. TruthSticks11's erratic behavior appears like one massive self-report. Someone on a tirade against the very thing they turned out to be, or perhaps have been all along. None of this made any sort of sense, leading many to speculate that, while yes, this is insanely creepy, is any of it real? What in the actual fuck?
Thank you.
Really fucking weird. Not really sure the reason behind it. Maybe to groom kids or something, but it's really odd. This is probably the most disturbing thing ever uncovered on this subreddit. I asked the other day if anything actually sinister has ever been on here, but now I have my answer. I'm very glad that this sick person is getting exposed. If there's any exploitation material on their account, like some have been saying, nobody here should hesitate to report it to the police.
Chat. I'm gonna tell you something very disturbing, and me and my girlfriend like reported this shit. I don't know the guy's account name. It's a TikTok. So I don't know if it got taken down or not. But you know when you're on TikTok and you're on like the For You page, and every once in a while you just get the most random video that makes no sense. It has like one like. You know what I'm talking about? Makes no sense. It's not someone you know. It's not any. It doesn't even make sense. It could be like the most random person. Like, okay. So, we were on TikTok, and this dude, he was like singing or doing something weird, right? But he just looked creepy as fuck. And I don't know what happened, but I clicked on his page, And the dude had so many videos, but some of the videos that he had were like screen recordings from someone's Instagram of like their kid. Think about what I just said, bro. Literally just screen recorded like some girl dancing at a recital or something. And it was like really creepy, bro. And then you look at the comments. There were only like 4 or 5, 6 comments on these videos. And the comments were like, you're a pedo, like, kill yourself, like all this shit. And we were looking at this shit. Bro, we looked at like 20 videos. And he was like on rants. Like, and he made no sense. He definitely had problems or something, bro. We reported it. I don't know what happened to that guy's account. But just think about that. That's just a random ass account. He had like no followers at all. He had like 10 followers, bro. There are... Dude, think about how many accounts there are out there of just weird ass pedo people, bro. Perverted people posting whatever the fuck, creepy shit. I mean, it's sick, bro. But you'll never even see them. It's fucking creepy, dude.
Understandably, this post blew up. People left and right poured in, eager to find out who was doing this and why. It took hardly any time at all for Redditors to uncover other accounts in the same vein too, as Truthsticks and Schoolboy were far from the only ones involved here. As it turned out, there was a Schoolgirl Teresa, New Girl 12, a Stephanie Stansfield, and a trove of others, all spread out across various social platforms. By outward appearances, and with so many accounts involved, this almost looks like it's being done by a group. I mean, it has to be. They talk to each other, like each other's photos. There's no way this Schoolboy dude has enough time to run all of these, especially for something like an ARG, right? Well, not exactly. You see, Schoolboy, across all of his accounts, has a very, very strange way of putting on various personas. And on nearly every single video, Before this video entered production, the profile of Smart Schoolboy 9, the centerpiece of this story, one of the only accounts with original, uploaded videos by a discernible person, was taken down. It's unclear if this was done because of policy violations or if he's scrubbing his online presence, but as it stands, this one is gone.
Yo.
That's not to say that there aren't archives though, so pardon the potato quality. On the Smart Schoolboy 9 account, we can find a plethora of images.
That's a grown-ass man!
And video of what appears to be a man dressed up in a school uniform. We can see him outside on walks, getting ready for school, and showing off his mini boots that he has a very strong fascination with. It goes without saying that this person is nowhere near the age of a child, despite his efforts to appear that way. On nearly all of his captions, he talks about his life in school, his experiences with other boys, reportedly also aged 8, 9.
Bro, someone find this guy. Somebody find this guy and... Dude, nah, bro. This is fucking horrifying, bro. This is fucking horrifying, bro.
In 10, and even appears to gain access to classrooms on multiple occasions. So far, this behavior is incredibly weird and repulsive. However, these videos aren't outright illegal. Because of this, and combined with the activity on Truthsticks, some have passed this entire thing off as nothing but a massive LARP. Someone with far too much free time on their hands, and with very, very weird fixations. But after diving into this a bit more, though, I found that that isn't quite the case. There's something I gotta show you.
We'll return after these messages.
Alright guys, before we get to that, I'd like to tell you about tonight's video sponsor, Nord.
Shout out Nexpo, bro. Never seen Nexpo before, I don't think. Thanks for, entertaining us over these years. Come on.
In the current online discussion, there hasn't been much said about the account Stephanie Stansfield. However, interestingly, it's one of Schoolboy's earliest and arguably most disturbing. Dating back to 2019, this man took on a persona called Stephanie. Since the creation of this page, he's gone forth to make a Twitter account, a Facebook page, and even numerous other Instagram handles, all under this alias. While he gives his other pages a considerable amount of attention, he, for some reason, took a strange liking to this one in particular. All across Stephanie's profiles, he can be seen dressing as her, discussing their experience in grade school, and weirdest of all,
You're dressing as a girl. You're dressing as a young girl.
in a twist that comes as no surprise, the man behind this rabbit hole expresses a fantasy. And in our hands, we effectively have another Pipergate. Daily Capper, Stephanie Stansfield.
From Stephanie Stansfield.
What the fuck is this?
Me and Morfoot, Milton Keynes, MK11, dressed for school. I really love it in year 7, and I love writing poetry. My Morfoot music heart, I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed race rhythms, maximizing miracles. Rice with rap on the map, my Kennington London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good. Aside from the repulsive celebration of being able to spot a child's underwear, Stephanie makes a reference to Milton Keynes, a region just north of London in the UK. This, combined with various other media he shared, quickly led onlookers to realize that this man has been making his rounds across the city of London for years.
What?
Also in this post are clear references to poetry, something we'll find to come up later. Upon searching for the name Stephanie Stansfield on Google, we're able to find traces of this person in the wild. For instance, hidden on a random page of the Kennington Runoff, a news website serving the titular neighborhood in South London, we can see Stephanie chiming in on an article about a youth club. Here though, their mannerisms surprisingly appear a bit tamer. Are there any unusual or rare pictures including landing areas, lifts, etc. of Caring Point? The tower block that stood at Hotspur Street from 1969 to 2000? I learned what happened to Caring Point, but have yet to find any demolition pictures, even on the 20th anniversary of its demolition, or pictures of the play space that temporarily replaced the building. Thank you for any research into Caring Point. If we had no prior context to this person, this comment would exist in complete normalcy. In a way, it's almost like this person isn't even the Stephanie Stansfield that we've come to know so far. The one showcasing eerie edits, pretending to be a child, creating riddles and poetry. It's like that persona's gone. You know, part of me wants to believe that this person has no ties to the rabbit hole, but even here, I noticed that they just couldn't help themselves. Stephanie Stansfield inquired about a play area, a place obviously associated with kids. Doing any research online about this alleged play place leads to nothing. It existed for such a short period of time that hardly anyone recalls that it was even there. It was a blip in history, so insignificant and overshadowed by the disaster that came before it that it's hardly worth mentioning. Yet Stephanie recalls it to such a degree that they've been on the hunt for any pictures of it. This also seems like even as far back as the year 2000, this person was hanging around play areas.
Guys, this is potentially a grown man trying to figure out if there's any information on basically a playground for kids. Potentially, no, because I don't know. Are they saying that this Stephanie account is that guy? I don't know. Alright, whatever. I'm getting roasted now.
Leading me to wonder, was he up to his same antics back then, or was this act fairly recent?
You seem to know a lot about what he's doing, ... What is that, bro? What are you doing, bro?
Also on the internet is another link, this time leading us to a PDF file of a 2018 publication by a London charity called the Streatham Society. Within this, they share a myriad of news and happenings around this area of London. However, on page 11, they include a segment called the Poetry Corner, in which we can spot a very familiar name.
Whoa! And Shy.
Hi to the Streatham Society. I'm Stephanie Stansfield and Shy. I'm 12 years of age, year 7. I'm London born and lived in Streatham for a while. I've written a poem. I asked my half-brother what he remembers about the area. Then I put my thoughts onto paper. I could have written much more, but I wanted to keep it short, and yet still include a little tribute to June Whitfield. So it's as if I've traveled through time to include so much. I hope my poem is of some use. Yours sincerely, Stephanie. After glancing at her writing, it's abundantly clear that this poem was not written by a 12-year-old. It shares details of buildings that were there in the 1990s, as well as references to TV actors that would be not only unrealistic for a child to remember, but impossible. But even through this mess, there is something to latch onto. In the poem, Stephanie refers to someone who has supposedly fed her this information about his life growing up in London decades prior. It's her half-brother, someone who's old enough to remember all of this. It's someone called David.
Back on Reddit, investigators were on a similar path. The name David was circulating as a potential suspect for days, catalyzed by first-hand accounts of those who had encountered a very similar man to this in the wild. Redditors from his area shared tales of a local figure, a man who would dress up like a child, making his rounds as far south as London and as far north as Doncaster. I'll be quite honest, I was really surprised when this guy popped up on my local city's subreddit. It's like one of them things that scared you as a child, then something reminds you of that as an adult, and it puts you back a bit. We're talking like 14-ish years back. I'm 28, almost 29 now. So he lived on my street while I was in my last few years of secondary school and first few years of college, age 14 to 17. He was very well known by pretty much everyone who lived around that area. There was even a video of him at one point titled Donnie Legend. Me and my brother looked for this today, but couldn't find it. It must be at least 14 to 15 years old now though, so it may be deleted. He spent a lot of time wearing his school uniform, usually the skirt and boots look, but sometimes a suit. Basically the exact same look from his recent pictures, just with a different school uniform. He carried around a little lunchbox with a mirror glued to one side of it. He used to stand behind trees and watch people in the reflection. He used to follow kids.
I feel like all of us, I can think of one like weirdo person that we grew up like they were like around town. I feel like all of us can. Right now there's a few people in my head where we're like, oh, dude, that guy was fucking weird as fuck. Like, that family was weird. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there was this fucking creepy ass family, bro. So, like, I'm not judging anyone who calls their dad father, or their mom mother. I don't personally do that. I say mom and dad. People say mom and dad. People say other things, whatever, right? In other languages too. This family, though, in particular, always would say father in like a creepy way, bro. Like, very creepy. Like, it would be like, I didn't even know I could do it like it'd be like, father. Like, it would be like a Harry Potter type weird, creepy thing. Even though he wasn't British or anything. Yes. And you'd hear him, like, he'd make a phone call and say, oh, father, it's... No, he was not British. It was very creepy. And, dude, I'm not going to say anything, but somebody told me that there was a few kids in the family. Apparently, you know, some of them transitioned. Now, this is, again, I'm just telling you what people told me. But think about that, bro. Like, you never, like, dude, I don't want to get to it, because now people are going to think I'm saying anyone who, I'm just going to say, bro, it was very scary vibes. This whole family was scary fucking vibes. And now a couple of them have changed. They've switched teams. Alright, bro.
Home from school, going tree to tree. There were a few times he was caught
Father.
looking through people's living room windows that had confronted him in the past. My brothers and stepdad had a few altercations with him. My stepdad and mom especially didn't feel safe living on the same street as him and didn't like how close he lived to the local school, about a 50-second walk. The police were called more times than I'd like to count, and they were never ever concerned. He never committed a crime, according to them. They were very concerned for his safety in this. He was always seen as such a danger, but I honestly just assumed, stupidly as a naive teenager, that this guy didn't know how to use the internet, or at the very least was monitored. It's horrible he's turned up online, though. I'm glad I can now be sure he's left the local city. My daughter starts secondary school next year, and I'm glad he won't be around to terrorize her. I just wish and hope that the authorities would protect the school kids where he is. This man is a known creep. I used to work at the court 20 years ago,
Look at that guy.
and
Look at
he
that.
was in court in the paper several times for approaching and writing to underage girls while wearing makeup and young girl style clothing. He usually got away without conviction because the courts believed that he didn't intend to do any wrong. He was trying to speak to those girls because he wholeheartedly believed he was a girl of that age. With the claim that this person was roaming neighborhoods as far as 14 years back, along with the statement that schoolboy.
I'm going to throw this out there. If you're watching this right now on kick.com/LosPollosTV, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to just ask this question, and I want to see in the comments or in the chat. Are you watching this right now home alone? Are you home alone right now? Are you in a home, an apartment, or are you in a dorm? Or are you alone right now watching this? Dude. Go make sure you locked your fucking door, bro. Go make sure it's locked. And make sure your window's locked. Right now.
Boy had wound up in court 20 entire years ago for writing to underage girls. Even then, it's apparent that he's far, far older than I initially thought. This is how he remembers Karen Point. This is how Stephanie knew so much about an era she never lived in. Doing the math here, at minimum, Smart Schoolboy 9 is at least 40 years old.
I mean, we knew that. From those videos, we knew that. We knew that. Yeah, we knew that shit. We knew that. Those videos, bro, of him walking the
When I lived
hallway.
in Doncaster, there was a man who used to walk around dressed as a 1960s schoolboy who looked like he'd walked out of a black and white photo. I'm pretty sure his skin was painted white. People said he was called David. For decades, this man has been haunting neighborhoods around the UK, approaching children that are likely afraid of him, posting pictures of those that have no knowledge of his existence, and gravitating towards schools, seemingly under the belief that he's a child. Online activity by this person, in which he's well-spoken and drops the act, though, like on his Facebook. He makes it clear that he knows what he's doing. This person is real, and this person is active. A local boogeyman, if you will.
Bro.
That shows no signs of stopping.
Bro. Dude. And he just deactivated that page. That's how you know he's fucking active still, bro. He's active. He's fucking active right now.
With the rise of the internet, David has harnessed social media to express his desires, utilizing heavily filtered and often AI-generated images of kids to toe the line of legality. Like we've seen on many of his posts, he emulates parents, putting on a facade of concern for the very people he's allegedly preying on. He falsifies personalities, presenting them to real-world publications as legitimate, and across his many profiles, he follows a laundry list of kids. At the end of the day, Schoolboy and his plethora of alts are just the tip of the iceberg, and for all we know, countless other accounts could be hiding in the void of cyberspace. Personas emulating children, interacting with children,
sick.
and creating edits of real kids that have no idea they're being posted online. This man follows countless minors, and whether he's physically harmed or has endangered any of them in the real world.
What do you mean? What do you mean Aiden's calling?
At this point, we have no idea. Going by one of his videos, however, I truly hope that this isn't the case.
Yo.
But unfortunately, the evidence isn't very promising.
He was chasing a kid. Wait, he was chasing a kid. Dude, I'm gonna be fucking sick right now, bro. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots.
Los Pollos was then found dead due to having to deal with being overweight all his life.
What?
truly hope that this isn't the case. But unfortunately, the evidence isn't very promising.
So you're going by David now Lewis. Wow. All right. Well, listen. If you live in London, if you have any information of the that would lead to the arrest of David, I personally, if you prove it and he is arrested and it's all proven, I will put $5,000 towards that. So if there's any viewers out there, there's anyone who proves that they've turned him in or done something, I will give you $5,000 out of my pocket, and you'll save a lot of lives. So yeah. We're putting a bounty on him. Obviously, you just witnessed a video of him chasing a little kid around, bro. He's 40 plus years old chasing a little kid around. That guy needs to be in jail, bro.